Your total is $96.59.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most counterfeit things in the world.
You're gonna come across these fakes.
For this list, we'll be looking at the biggest items that get copied, faked, and fed back to consumers, often without their knowledge. Ever bought a phony product from someone's suitcase? Tell us about a fake you've seen in the comments below. Number 10, movies. Picture it, you're strolling down the street of a large city and see a table full of movies for sale.
Ha-ha! Well, hello, step right up. Anything you need, I got it.
When you get it home to watch it, however, it's not quite what you were expecting.
Who told you you always get your way, man?
Countless copies of counterfeit movies can be found on a corner of any major city, and even more online.
By typing in the right words on any number of internet search engines. They, in turn, allow one to navigate to sites where illicit copies are available for viewing.
The packaging might look great, but often the quality of the movie is nothing more than someone who recorded it in a theater on their phone or a camcorder.
The quality of the videos that the pirates turn out is quite abysmal, actually. We have films where you can see the usherette moving along the aisle because they're using a camcorder. We have films where you see people getting up to leave the cinema and going past the person actually filming the screen.
Movie piracy is a booming business which sees the film industry lose billions of dollars every year in revenue alone. Number 9, toys. We've talked about knockoff products in some of our other lists, and toys are no exceptions. Every year there's an in-demand surge for whatever the consumer has deemed the it toy.
Oh boy! So be on the lookout. He's coming to a funny bone near you.
This brings out countless fakes and counterfeit versions which often look very similar to the originals. Although brick-and-mortar stores are usually a safer bet, online marketplaces are notorious for selling fakes. Often produced in countries like China where copyright laws are looser, counterfeit toys are common. Always be mindful of whether or not the toy you're buying is coming from a reputable seller, as it's pretty easy to make a fake web page for a toy your child wants during the holidays.
And there's really only one thing you need to know. This ain't Toys R Us. This is Toys R Me.
Number 8, clothing.
It doesn't feel great, but it does the job. The embroidery here is a little, could be better. I've got some Tom Brown, except it says Form Hom.
Looking for an authentic football jersey? Or how about the latest Louis Vuitton fashion? Look no further than the stacks of boxes seized by the U.S. Customs and Border Protections Agency. Counterfeit clothing is a massive business that sees over $100 million worth of goods being sold every year.
Essentially, landlords often bear the brunt of significant punishment in these type of counterfeit cases because they're the ones with the deep pockets. The individuals who are selling the counterfeit goods are often here illegally. They make bail or they're released usually on their own recognizance and they disappear. Yet the landlords have the brick and mortar and they're stuck there.
Jackets, shirts, pants, hats, and even shoes, all to be had for a fraction of the genuine item's price. It's become an even larger problem with the proliferation of the web, making it far easier to pitch these fake goods to anyone around the world.
Counterfeiters are getting bolder and smarter, but there are things you can look for when spotting a fake.
Stitching, spelling of words, labels not placed correctly. Sometimes they're crooked or sometimes they're not even in the right spot.
Number 7, computers and their accessories. Despite the fact that the cost of computer hardware has come down significantly in recent years, counterfeit electronics are still a problem. Knockoff tablets and laptops are very tempting to those looking to get the latest and greatest without the hefty price tag. But the reach of this goes beyond your home electronics. Integrated circuits, networking equipment, and even print hardware may be counterfeited for far more deviant purposes. When not vetted correctly, some of this equipment could make its way through to hospitals, traffic infrastructure, or even aviation equipment. With the total seizures of counterfeit computers typically amounting to less than 5%, it's not a major issue, but it's certainly one to be mindful of.
All right, there, you happy?
No, the circuits could still be reconstructed if somebody worked at it. We gotta bury it in the harbor.
Number 6, pharmaceuticals. It's one thing to buy a generic brand of a drug versus the original producer of the medication. It's certainly something else entirely to buy drugs that may or may not even contain the medical ingredients needed to treat your condition.
Fake pharmaceuticals are a multi-billion-dollar problem around the world. They are made and packaged to look like real drugs, but contain a fraction of the active ingredients needed to be effective, sometimes containing nothing but chalk.
These counterfeit medications can often contain harmful chemicals or even substances that can lead to the death of a patient. India and China are often cited as two countries where these fake treatments are often sold from.
Sometimes these counterfeits lack the active pharmaceutical ingredient. That's a part of the medicine that makes it work. It can have the wrong amount in it or a different ingredient. So at best, it can make them ineffective, and at worst, it can make them deadly.
With the price of brand name pharmaceuticals increasing, some people are opting to try the cheaper and riskier versions when available and may pay a more serious price as a result.
If it seems different or suspicious or odd to you, you should notify either your pharmacist, the manufacturer of the medicine, or the FDA MedWatch program.
Number 5, smartphones. In less than 15 years, the smartphone has become such an integral part of many people's lives. And thanks to clever marketing, consumers are often vying for the latest and greatest pocket-sized computer. It's no surprise to come across iPhone or Samsung copycat devices both in smaller retail shops and online.
Reports say they may work, but have less storage, slower speeds, and washed-out displays.
Often made in China, there's actually an entire subculture around these fake products. They make it look like the real deal, slap a cheap price on it, and many are none the wiser.
Most fakes are glued. This saves manufacturers time and money in production.
Spelling and translation errors are often giveaways to the true origin of the counterfeit phone. And remember, if it all seems too good to be true, it probably is.
Phone makers say the best way to protect yourself is to buy phones only through authorized dealers. If a phone is being sold at an extremely low price, chances are it's a knockoff.
Number 4, money.
It's good from far, but far from good. It's oh, well, that's a dead giveaway, isn't it?
Did you know a modern-day photocopier won't actually let you copy money? That's just one way technology has hampered the counterfeiting business. That hasn't, however, stopped would-be thieves from trying.
American currency, not that hard, you're saying, to counterfeit.
The easiest of them all.
As long as there's been currency, people have been trying to fake it. From copied print plates to circular slugs and vending machines, counterfeiting money has always been a bit of a cat-and-mouse game. As technology has improved, so have the anti-counterfeiting measures.
The key here is, instead of printing money, the counterfeiters are using the real dollar bills and simply manipulating the amount.
Raised print, specialty paper, and hidden images have all helped reduce the amount of bogus currency found in the world. With far fewer cash transactions taking place these days, perhaps this is one scheme that time will make extinct.
And no matter how you discover the counterfeit, it's important to call the police.
You know, if we can capture a license plate, for instance, or a good suspect description, those are things that will help not only the local police but also the Secret Service in tracking this counterfeit money.
Number 3, watches. Take a stroll through Battery Park in New York City, and eventually someone is going to try to sell you a fake Rolex.
You want to know the difference between these two Rolexes right here? This one's worth $2,500. This one's worth nothing.
The practice is as common as hot dog vendors in larger cities, but it's not a hunger for food they want to satisfy. Some stats indicate that watches as well as jewelry make up as much as 29% of counterfeit goods confiscated by authorities.
Another thing is, the little magnifying glass above the date is called a cyclops. On a Rolex, it's 2.5 times magnification. On a fake, 99% of the time, it will only be 1.5 times magnification.
One big reason for this is the luxury nature of the high-end brands being copied. You can charge more for a fake Rolex than you can for a Seiko, so peddlers do their best to take advantage of that. Number 2, IDs and passports. You see it all the time in the movies. Teenagers with fake IDs trying to buy booze, or criminals with counterfeit passports moving from country to country.
All right, that's good. It's hard to trace, I guess. Wait, you changed your name to McLovin? McLovin? What kind of a stupid name is that, Fogel? What, are you trying to be an Irish R&B singer?
It may seem like something you only see on screen, but there's a lot more truth to them than you might think. With only a handful of keystrokes, fake driver's licenses or passports can be acquired very easily through places like the dark web.
There's a huge black market for stolen passports. It's absolutely huge. It's, you know, probably on a daily basis, an average fraudster buys 5 or 6.
In some cases, the counterfeits may look as legit as the real deal, but all of them are highly illegal and often help support far more dangerous activities.
U.S. officials warned ISIS supporters may have already entered the United States using blank passports or fake documents that ISIS militants printed themselves.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Handbags. A significant portion of all counterfeit goods in the world are handbags, and to a lesser extent, wallets.
How do they respond when they find out that they've gotten a counterfeit item? Most people are truly surprised.
That translates to billions of dollars in lost revenue each year for those companies who sell the real deal. At one time, these fakes were confined to street corners in large cities.
If the fake is so good that it's unnoticeable, then it's very problematic for everyone.
But in the modern age, the likes of Amazon, eBay, and even Instagram have been subject to the ongoing battle of counterfeit bags.
Oftentimes, these are produced in countries where people who are young, maybe not treated well, they're made in sweatshops, and so you're contributing to this society of underground black market.
The quality of the material used and the stitching are often giveaways of a fake. Plus, it also helps if you're buying it from a reputable dealer.
The bottom line, buying or having a knockoff is perfectly legal. But unless you know 100% that your bag is real, don't sell it. It could get you into big trouble.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.